Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the shop, and thanks for hanging out with us on another one, man. We're just gonna get right into it today. Well, we'll let it run for a minute and pull it in. Last time we'll hear that one for a while.
Yeah.
Finally, I get to tell you what we're doing with that B20 that we put together just a few episodes ago. Shane here, or Matt Be Serious as he's known on Instagram, is finally going to take out this motor from his car that he's owned for, what are we going on, 8 years now? How long you had this?
It'll be 9 if we make it to October without selling it.
9 years Shane has owned this 4-door Civic. It has gone through so many changes, everything from an automatic car. I mean, it's ridiculous. Look.
Yeah, legend status, ask about the name. I've been putting in work, collecting, fuck the fame. Up in the stat while they watching the 10 in the game. Either you in it or just a trick, man, we the same. I'm focused on making this history. Into my top 5, list is list of me. I never got an L on the past, this ain't no breeze. I had to make the workout last, the bill of steam is different degrees. And know I do this shit with the E.
Alright, let's see what this bitch will do.
Said he probably put somebody in the ground for this. We used to talk about it, but I leave it now. Now I need $100,000 for my confidence. $100,000 for my confidence. Look, everybody got prices and other vices. I took a chance through the dice. What I paid for it. They say you never be as pure as your first form, and sights never be as clear as you first saw them. That's why I'm elevating and constantly meditating. Gotta keep my mind right, not waiting on hindsight. I never sacrifice the art for the limelight, and no surround with who only show the highlights. I spent 20-some years in the twilight, and I swear look a whole lot like the spotlight. Really, it's a lot of money on the line for this. If we get everybody jumping in the crowd, my partner said he probably put somebody in the ground for this. We used to talk about it, but I leave it now. Now I need $100,000 for my confidence. $100,000 for my confidence.
And all that stuff happened even before we started the YouTube channel. And since then, man, we've grown this thing into a 217 horsepower beast. made and do the 15%, and this is what you come up with. Yeah, 217 horsepower. It is a 4-door, it is lighter than you would think, and man, it is fast, but the time has come to make some changes. So out with this motor and in with the B20. That didn't really take long. We've got the motor out, changed the TSR motor over here. This is the one that put down that 217 horsepower. It's a shame to see it sit on the floor, but at least it's not gonna be sold. What we're gonna do is put this B20 in here, into this car, and that's how it's gonna be sold. Still get all of that great suspension and all of this great car, just a little less power in the power plant. We've got the B20, it's a B20B, right?
Yeah.
All right. What is that, first generation? Second?
No. It's a JDM B20.
That's what it is, right?
Yeah, B20B, no number.
We've got this JDM B20B put into Shane's car here, and Jimmy gave us a hand. We've got it finally done and all in, and we're gonna just try to give it a start. It doesn't have the radiator in or anything to actually make it go, but we wanna make sure that this motor works because since it's been in this garage, we haven't actually heard it run. This will be the first time we turn it over, and then we'll see what happens.
It needs a different tune.
yeah. I don't know what's in there. It's just on Honda from the last tune.
It's one of my built motor tunes.
Oh yeah, so that's
it was flashing and checking and like everything.
that's not gonna run that
First
motor.
thing, we have to get that computer to update.
That's right.
Leave this on the charger for a while.
Well, at least the motor turns over and runs, so that's good. That's much better. We're good.
No, it's throwing a code. Look,
Oh, for something.
11.
Well, it runs good. It sounds good. Just throwing a code.
No check engine light.
There we go. Cool, got that check engine light taken care of. I don't really know what it was, but Shane's taking care of it, so now everything is running just like it should. You're probably wondering exactly what's going on and why is Shane selling this car. Well, he's moved on to something bigger and better. It took him 9 years to build this thing into exactly what he wanted. It has 217 horsepower. It was a beast. And we have gone back to the B20 in this car so that he can sell it. Why in the world would you go and sell this thing after all this effort, all this time? Basically what had happened was about 15 years ago, give or take, let's say, Shane drove this S2000. Yeah, this one right here. This is pictures of it in his parents' driveway when he got to drive it. This guy was a friend of Shane's dad's, brought the car over so that Shane could check it out, knowing that Shane was kind of a Honda guy already. Once Shane drove this car when he was 17 or 18, we're talking about in high school, he thought, this is the coolest car I've ever driven. It's an S2000. Why would you not aspire to get one of those, right? But his Honda career went on and he built a bunch of cars. In the meantime, he built this Civic over the past 8 or 9 years, got it to that 217 horsepower. When that S2000 owner decided it was time to let it go and it was time for him to move on, Shane had to jump on it. It is nearly a one owner. I think this guy bought it used with 10,000 miles or something really, really low, way back in the early 2000s. Shane's jumping on this car, which is basically a one owner car. If you look at the license plate, you see the license plate is the same here in the driveway where Shane was driving it when he was 17. And you can see the plate is the same on this day, the day that Shane actually bought the car. They went out, took a couple pictures of it, once again, in his parents' driveway. Saw the car, decided, gotta have it. It's been all those years. There's no way you could turn it down. You know the history of the car. So that means that this Civic had to go. So this Civic is now for sale with the B20 in it. And Shane is moving on to bigger and better things. And not only that, it's the car that he drove in high school that inspired him to be into Hondas. I mean, how much cooler than that does it get? To get the dream car you've always wanted, and not only that, to get the actual dream car that you drove when you were in high school. I mean, how cool is that, man? Now that Shane is driving an S2000, that puts 2 in the Madspeed camp, and they happen to actually be the same color. It really wasn't on purpose. They're even the same year. They're both 2002 S2000s, but that gives us 2 S2000s over here in the Madspeed camp. Congrats to Shane, man, for grabbing that car. It's been a lifelong dream. It's really cool to see it actually come to fruition. Thanks to you guys for hanging out with us on this little adventure. And once again, congrats to my man Shane on that S2000, and we'll see you on the next one. But till then, stay mad. go. And weed eater. Can you hear the weed eater? Blower, maybe? Not, shit. I don't want to not. Whenever you're ready, I'm just going. I don't know how many takes it'll take, so I'm just going to try it. You know what I mean?
The end of the air right here.
Four. Didn't record. I didn't record it. Anyway.